Hello everyone, welcome back to Johnny Stark. So, in today's C++ tutorial, we are going to learn about two very important things in object-oriented programming, which are class and constructor. So, remember that the function or the definition of class is also the collection of related data and method. So, a method is the function inside of class, and the data is a variable inside of class. So class is a collection of data and method together to perform a specific task. So in C++, we have class and constructor are the basic fundamental of object oriented programming in C++. So let's get started. So to start class in C++, first of all, you need to understand two types of data in data structure. Remember that we have a user-defined data type and built-in data type. A built-in data type is data type like integer, like string, like boolean, like string, like character, and whatever. So once we have a built-in data type, you can create your own user-defined data type. You can create your data type with like names, house, integer, and whatever. So to create your own data type, you can start the keyword by class. So to start, we start by include IOStream, include IOStream. Then using namespace std, using namespace std. So after then, the next is to start the keyword class, like for example person, class person. And then remember that in class in C++, or before to start class, you need to know the access modifier. We have three types of access modifier, which are called private, protected, and public. So by default in class, the data is inside of private. So to make data visible, we need to start by the access modifier, which is called public. And then, for example, add the property of your class. Person could have a name, string name, okay, and int age. Those are the property of this class. And our class could have a method which are called, for example, work. Person can work, okay, which is void. The void function is a function which doesn't return any value, okay. For example, cout name are working, then end line. And we have another method which is introduce void introduce, and then see out my name. For example, my name is name, and I am age years old, end line. Okay, then the next is what we have also created the class of our type person. So this one is like a blueprint of my class. Okay, so we are going to create the instance or the object of this class. Okay, because of the object is the instance of class. To create the object, we can start by keyword person and person one, for example, person one. Okay, so before let's start int main. Inside of int main return 0 error. So here semicolon, and then inside here we are going to create the instance of class, which is called the object. So we start the type person one, and then semicolon. So then person. To access the properties and the method of this class, we use a person object. We use this person one. So we create person one dot age equal 34, person one dot name equal to John, and then you are going to access our method person one dot introduce and person one dot work. So then the next is to learn our class. So learn the code here. So to learn this code, my name is John and I'm 34 years old. John are working, so it's work. Okay, the next, look at here that we have created the class and the instance of class, which is called object. So remember that these are very complex. Suppose you are going to enter 100 person. It is very tough to write person one dot name, person one dot age, person one dot introduce, person one dot work. Are very complex because it takes more lines of code. So that's the why we use a constructor. A constructor is a function called when an object is created. Okay, so to add constructor in our class, we can first of all you can know the rules of constructor function. First of all, constructor has the same name as a class, and constructor cannot start by uh, any type like string, boolean, uh, and other. So, for example, let's take in action is our class. Remember that constructor has the same name as class. So to start is the person, okay? Person function, because constructor is the function, and put name, for example here, and age. And then the next is to initialize the value of this name and this age. So we write name equal to name, and age equal to age. Okay, then the next, after creating a constructor function, the next is to call our constructor. Okay, we write like this. Here is person 2 equal to person, and then name is equal to Jack, and age is equal to Jack, this one because it's a string, age equal to 29. Okay, semicolon, and then person 2 dot introduce, for example here. So in here, string, add data of our variable, and here is int. Okay, we have created our constructor. So you see that this line are very shorter than compared to those lines. Okay, then the next is put semicolon here, and next run our code. Run the code. We see my name is Jack, and I am 29 years old, and we can also display our method, which is introduce and work. Person 2, let me zoom it, person dot work. Okay, person 2 dot work is that. Then run the code. So you see, which is an error, minus it, and then unexpected semicolon. Okay, let's check it. Person 2 dot work, and so work, person 2 dot work. Let's run it again. So let's check it, this error, expected declaration before this one, on which line? Let's check it. Oh, are you working now? So, Jack, are you working? My name is Jack. I'm 29 years old. Okay, let's learn again it. Yeah, my name is Jack and I'm 29 years old. Jack are working. So, this is how we can create our own user-defined data type in C++. So, I think you all know how to create a class data in C++. Next, we will show how inheritance it works in C++ and abstraction and structure in C++. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Make subscribe. Let's call it a day.